as you can see here, we were writing a function to read the data from the data set, right? So first, these lines are right initializing the values and opening the file, right? So whichever is the file, we are reading that. We are creating the spaces required. So create strings of 1040 comma 1. So that's the size. So u is the underline locations, two locations, one where it starts, one where it ends, and v is right representing all the possible answers given over there. So there will be five answers given, one of them will suit. Okay, so five spaces, 1040 rows, five columns. Then a is the one answer, so one space 1040. Okay, and uh, okay, we need a tab to identify, so we put the tab into a variable called a t. Okay, right. Now, so we start the index value for the loop, that is k equal to 1. So you see, we enter into a while loop under one condition, that is while it is not the end of the file, right? So f is my file, so it reads line by line, right? At the end of the file, right, automatically there will be a special character present to represent, okay, this is the end of the file, right? So I am checking, if you say feof of your file, right, it will be true whenever it is end of the file, okay, and it is false whenever it is not end of the file, right? So you can see that right, you can see that this is not the end of the file, correct? So whenever I say it is not the end of the file, right, it becomes true whenever, right, it is it's reading some content inside the file, right? Are you okay with that? Why I am using not the end of the file, right? So whenever it becomes end of the file, it becomes false, correct? Whenever it is false, you will come out of the while. That means file gets over, you come out of the loop. As soon as the file is not over, you stay inside this while. That's the point. Okay, so there is a what is called as, there is a condition, there is a command f get l to read the line by line uh, string present inside that particular what you call file. So that means, so I get one line out of this to the queue. Then see, I have a j, right? It tries to find where is the tab. Okay, so str find q comma t. In the queue, you try to find out q, this one, right? So that's the point. And you, in the sense, from this point, right, wherever you find the tab till the length of q plus 1. So it creates the array over there. J will be the array where it finds the tab, and also it finds the length of the total length of that q plus 1. Tab is this. This is the tab, right? Whenever you enter a tab. Why we check the tab? Because look at the my data, right? In every line, at the end of the line, once the statement is over, once the question is over, you have a tab over. That's how you detect, okay, after this tab I'm having the possible answers given. So everywhere you see there is a tab here. So line gets over here and you have a tab, line gets over here, you have a tab, right? Line gets over here, you have a tab, and so on. It's the same thing throughout, right? For that reason, in order to identify where the given whatever called the given question is over, okay, wherever the question uh, is over, until then, okay, until that point. So I'm trying to find out where is it present. So and after that I'm going to have answers. So answers will be present until, so there is a new line character at the end. If you remember, I already mentioned about that. So this new line character is the end of the line just before that. Are you okay? So just before that, this is how the point can be identified. Okay, right? So just before that, that is the position of g I want to identify. Till there I have the 5 different answers given over there, right? So that's why you see I'm trying to measure, I'm trying to put that into J. J holds two values, starting off, that's wherever the tab is present, right? And where your answer ends, right? So J of 1 is this, J of 2 is this, okay, for each given line. Now you see what you want, everything will be present in the form of characters. I want to convert them into strings because you see the S which I have given here, it's a complete sentence. I want to make complete sentence as a single string. So S of K means for the first time when it runs, it is the first line. So K equal to 1. String of the first line. S of 1 is equal to, there is a built-in command called this. Okay, I'll just open the help for this. Okay, let me just show you what it is doing. Oh, sorry, it's help. So you can see that convert to string, convert the character array to the string array, right? Of that, right? Whatever you say, it's going to perform. It's going to convert that into the string array, right? I have to specify from where to where, right? So this is Q. Q is that line, right? Complete line. Where you want to start? The J of 1. J of 1 is what? It is, I'm measuring this from this point, right? To J of 2 minus 1. Okay. J of 2 means this is the total length, right? Convert everything into the string. That is S, right? So starting from the beginning of your the sentence till the end of that, convert everything into the string. Then for there are 5 different words to be selected. So V of K comma I, V of K in the sense this is 1 for the first one. So for the in the first whatever in the first line, ith word I can vary from 1 to 5 because of there are 5 words, right? Again convert them into strings. Okay, so Q of J of I plus 1, right? Plus 1 because I is going to hold the position, right? So J of I plus 2 minus 1. Okay, I plus 1 to I plus 2. So it's something like this. When I is equal to 1, right? I start with I, this is the ith position. I plus 1 will hold the crime, right? So this is I plus 2 minus 1 means end of this. That is this whole thing. Next, right? When I incremented, you will read this complete. When I is equal to 3, read this complete. When I is equal to 4 and when I is equal to 5. Okay, so you are reading in that way, right? So you read and you put them into V. That's a variable. What is V? You can check that. V is the, what are the possible answers, right? Given. There are 5 answers given. Yes, that's how it. Then anyway, I have not read the answers A yet, but it's fine. So that's what is this. But what is remaining? The underlying position is remaining. So we'll look into that. So try to find in the given S of K, right? Already S of K is there, which is the complete sentence, right? Given in the as a part of the question, right? So where is that S of K? S of K for example, for the given first sentence, S of K will be starting from here and it ends till this point. Are you okay with that? Right. So we read till there. That means, right, in that, somewhere in the middle, right? So what is this? This is S of K. In the S of K, I need to find where I have the underline. Correct? So that's why you write this statement. So U1 is the underline. Find out wherever you have underline. What it does, it creates a variable U1 which is going to be an array of the locations wherever you find underline. You see, it finds at location number 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So your array will be 21, 22, 23, 24, like that. Okay, depends on how many underlines you have put up over there. So this is again a general code, not a specific code. Are you okay? It's not a specific code. Depends upon how many underlines you can find in your given data set, right? It will find out according to that. So in this case, I think we have somewhere four underlines. In some locations, you may find five underlines and so on, right? That doesn't matter. So how many underlines you have, so many these things will be done. Okay, fine. So str find s of k underline. So now you see I'm trying to specify what all the things you need in to be stored in u. It has actually two columns. First column will be the starting of the underline, and the second one will be the end of the underline where it ends. For example, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 means 21 and 25, right? So u1 of 1 is the first position where the underline starts. U1 of n is the position where underline ends. Like if you have the array of 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, the first position is 21 and the last position will be 25. So only those values will be put into the u of k. Correct? So that's what I needed here, right? So it's done. So everything is done. So I close this particular file which I had opened. That is f close of f. Are you fine with this? Now, can you tell me what is remaining? What I should do next? What is my next idea? Right. So look at this and try to answer. A, right? So where is A? A is actually A stands for the answers, right? I have to read a different file, correct? So it's not present in my data. You see, I opened the my data and I found something which I updated. But right now, I can see that the A is actually not present, right? So what I try to do here is I would like to open that part. Okay, so I will do that now. So anyway, I close the one of the file which we had opened. So let's try to open a different this thing. So, okay, so what's the name of that file? Once again, so f is equal to, anyway, that f is closed, so doesn't matter if you use the same variable. All right, f is equal to f open. Uh, I just have to open the one that is my my answer dot text. Okay, again, I want to give a read permission only, so I'll write this is clear. Okay, I do this now. Once again, I have to find the all the possible answers, right? So start with k. K is equal to 1. Now do the same, apply the same logic here. While it is not the end of the file of the file handle, that is f, what I should do? Uh, I need to read line by line once again, correct? So do the same thing. Let me open the my answer and show you. See, every answer is present in one line. So I have to read line by line. So q is equal to, recall the same statement we wrote here. This is f get the line. All right. So f get the line of from that file. All right. Now let me show you something here. I need some logic to get the this thing. So what I do, I'll run this part in the command window first, okay, so that you understand what I'm trying to do here, right? So first, what I do, I just open this as usual. I'll just open. So the F is open now. I can see the F is here, right? So The f is actually the 5. All right. Now I just open that, and let's define that. Let me read the first line. Okay, q is equal to f get the line from that f. So anyway, I'm reading only the first this thing. Okay, so let's see what is that. Right, this is a C, but it is in which format? It is present in the form of the character. Correct, it's a character. Right, maybe I'll write whose q. Q is there. Anyway, I can see here. I don't need that. Right. So the C is a 1 into 1 character. Right. But you see, if I save this as it is in the result part, later on I need to convert this into number, because we know that anyway the computer is ultimately going to process everything, right, in the form of numbers rather than in the form of text, right? So you see, though I have done something here already, stored everything in the form of string, next you will observe that I'm going to perform the change. I'm going to make changes here to convert the all the text that is present in terms of inside these variables like s, u, v, etc. Right, I have to change, right? So let me try to make a change here itself. So I have uh, the the q present with me. Let me try to convert this directly into a number by calling okay, it's a double. I want to convert the characters into double. Anyway, we know that we can try to convert this directly by calling a function. It's a typecasting. Okay, you see this is 99, right? But you see the character c is the third character, correct? So it's a third character from the beginning, like ABC, right? If you have ABC, I want to know that this is the third one. So how do you do that? This is third, right? I have to subtract 96 from that, correct? So just see double of Q minus 96. You see it's 3. Okay, so it means in the answers, in the set of answers you have in so out of the, where is the answer, out of the possible words, right, that is stored in V, right, out of the 5 possible words in V, your answer is which one? What's the correct answer? Correct answer is the third one. Correct, are you okay? Are you trying to relate what we are trying to do now? Okay, so what I do now, that's why this is A of, there is a K now. Okay, a of k, but you see I want to keep them on, keep it as only one column. I don't want to keep adding the columns every time, so I'll fix the number of columns as 1. A of k comma 1, always there will be only one column, so next k will go to the next line. Okay, that's why. Otherwise I could have simply used a of k, right? Okay, so a of k comma 1 sorry, a of k comma 1 is equal to, I have to do all these things what I did now. I have a q, convert that q into double of q and subtract 96 from that. So this is true for everything, right? So a of k comma 1 is equal to, perform double of the q value, right? You have only 5 answers, a b c d e. Okay, since the first one was this, right, maybe I got it as a C, but if I go to the next one, see there is a, so it will not be 96, it will be 90, how much, sorry, it's not 99, it will be 97. Okay, for a, so 97 means 97 minus 96, that means 1, correct? I'm going to get 1 as an answer in this case. Similarly, d, e, etc., we have all the possible answers. According to that, the correct correct positions will be able to find out, right? Okay, so let me come back and write the code here. Finish the code. So this is double of q minus how much? 96, right? Right, that is a of a. Then I should go to the next iteration. I actually gathered the information about the correct answer in the variable a, and you come out. Before going out, you just have to perform k is equal to k plus end and close that file. F close. Okay, now let me save this and let me run the read. I think this is my data. That's the file which I want to print. Okay. I think I didn't put a semicolon somewhere. It's reading everything. Okay, I need to assign this. Sorry, I need to call it in this way. Then only all the answers will come. Right. So let me clear. So just check. Now we got the required answer. So what was expected in A? The numbers, right? So which position it is? C. The second one is A, then D, right? C, D, B, B, and so on, right? All the 1040 number of positions. Okay, and S contains the complete string up to the full stop. Everywhere you can see that, right? And then we have U holding the positions first column position of the beginning of the underline, second position holding the end of the underline. So 83 to 87, 86 to 90, and so on. Again, this is done for all the 1040 things. Okay, comments. And V holds all the possible 5 answers, out of which one of them is correct. So which one is correct? That is present in A. Okay, so in V we have 5 values. The column value of the right answer is present in A. That's all. Okay, because every time it's not correct to hold the right answer somewhere, rather than I can hold on by hold them in terms of what you call the index. Correct. So that's how this part has been done. Now you see, from the given data, that's from the given the data set, I am able to read, right, the what do you call as the data set has been read into specified. Okay, right. So the data has been converted into something. All right. So now what we do, now we will move further to okay, let's start writing the okay, let's start writing another one that we convert the data set into numbers. Okay, one part is already done, but in the previous program itself, we will not be able to convert them into numbers. Right now, we'll try to convert that. Okay, so not in this particular one. Let's move further and let's write another what you call, and let's bring up another file. Okay, and file. So let's give a name to the script like let me give a name. Convert the data into sequence. Okay. So we uploaded that. Now, directly let me call the function which we have written just now. So that function will create the required variables, right? Like A, S, U, and V will be created over here. So let me call this function first inside my new function. Okay, so I'll do this. So this is where the actual program begins. I call that. So that means SUVA will be created, right? Now, uh, let me first try to calculate how many data, uh, what's the size of the data in this data set. How can you do that? Let's say number of number of the sentences. How do you find out which variable will give you that? It's the size of S, right? So I have to measure S. I read that. Now, so we will hold the, let me try to create two more variables now. So that is, one will be the number of columns in V. That is how many possible answers you have, right? I'm trying to hold that now. So C will be equal to, I'll create zeros initially. I want so many zeros as the number of row equal to size of the V, and you denote the number of columns as a 2, correct? So let me just show you here what it returns. It's 5, right? Because there are 5 columns in V. You see here, the V 1040 into 5, right? So out of which 1040, if you want to read 1040, what you have to write here, instead of 2, simply write 1. 1 means number of rows, and when you write it as 2, it becomes number of columns. So I want to create so many zeros at 2, size of V comma 2, so many number of rows, that's 5 rows, into, this is 5. I want to multiply 5 into the number of sentences, right? So as many number of sentences you have, right? Create that 5 into 1040, right? So many number of rows you create, and I just need one column. Okay, that's what is the meaning of this, right? So let's try to save this and run so that I can show you what happens with C. Okay, I'll just put a semicolon so that it will not do the result again. Okay. Now you see, go to the C. 1040 into 5, so many number of rows, that is 5200 into 1. All right, so that's what is my C variable. Then I create another variable, say call it as a Z, that is equal to, I create strings of the same size, because C will hold the position number and Z I'm trying to put what string you have given, right, as the possible answers. That will be put up into Z. Okay, strings of, already I wrote a string, right? Okay, it's a strings of size of b comma 2 into number of sentences, that's the size, comma 1. All right, now you see what we are trying to do here, right? I want to, right, this is what we are trying to prepare for the training purpose, right? So I need to do a training wherein I'll try to collect the data from my data set. I'll collect something for the training purpose. Okay, right, so let me run and check whether this is going to work. Yes, we have a Z created. Again, the size of the Z is equal to 5200 into 1. Okay, again, as of now nothing has been put up over there, because you are just declaring that you need that much space. Okay, so let's start with the loop now. I know the size, so I'm going to use a for say I is already, I can use I later, maybe say for I is equal to, starting from 1 till how many sentences you have, so many times. Okay, number of sentences for I is equal to 1 to this. Let me see, there is one particular command that we are going to use now. So help, the first command is extract before. Let's see what it's going to do. Right, so you see here, there is, I have extract before, what is the string and what is the pattern. You try to give it like this. So you see here, that means in this given string, extract everything before the brown, the space brown. So space brown is here, everything before that, that means the quick will be extracted. Okay, so that's the usage. Okay, extract before. All right, similarly I have another one, that is extract after. So let's look at an example once again. So you see, it's a similar notation. If I give a string and I give a pattern, so string is here, the pattern is here. So it says that extract everything after this pattern, that is quick space. So after the space found, you can find after the word quick, whatever is there in the whole sentence will be copied, will be returned as a result of this function. Okay, right, so that's the usage of this. So now you see, I'm going to use both of them here. So the first one, I'm going to call it as I say q1 is equal to extract before, from which sentence I want to read. The sentences are present where? Sentences are present in S. Okay, so this is S of I, because you are in ith loop. So I holds the count of the sentences, right? So ith sentence, from the ith sentence, everything I want to extract, that is before, right? You look at U. What is U now? what's the variable u holding? Do you remember? Right, the underline. Right, so I want to extract everything before the underline. Right, underline has two parameters. That is, first one is the beginning and the second one is the end. Correct. So in order to understand what is there in the sentence, I need to read everything before the underline and everything after the underline. So underline makes no sense for me, right? So this is I, comma, 1. So everything you extract before this. Are you okay? Similarly, I'll call another variable, that is q2 is equal to, now you want to use what? Extract after, right? So that's the second function which I just demonstrated you. What I want to read from S of K, right? After which point? After U, the I, right? I know the end position of the underline. After that position, everything you read. Is it okay? Now you see, right? I'll use once again the V now. What is V? Possibility of answers. How many answers are there? 5, right? So for every 5 numbers, I should do something, correct? Now I extracted Q1, Q2, which is a part of the text that is before the underline and after the underline. I'll do something with this slightly later, but let me do something with the possible answers now. Okay, so I'll use another for loop because I know the size of my answer. So that is J is equal to, it starts from 1 and goes all the way till the size of the V. Again, how many answers I have, if I want to know, I need to look at the columns. Okay, so you can write 5 here, or totally you can write 5. Otherwise, general code will be writing a 2 over. Okay, for this, for j is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I already have created a z, right? You see, z is equal to the strings. There are strings to be created. How many size? 5 into this number, correct? There are 5 possible answers, right? So I'll put it into z. So z, uh, z of, okay, I cannot use j now. I need another variable. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll create a k here. Okay, so k is equal to 1. Initially it is 1. Later on I increment k 1 by 1. Okay, so z of k equals to, right? Just check. I'll try to create all the sentences properly, right? So z of k is equal to, first I'll write q1. Q1 is that part of your sentence which is before the underline. Okay, and followed by the underline means what? What is the underline? Underline should be replaced by that particular word, right? I will I'll put all the 5 words. I'll make 5 different sentences containing, right? One of the line will contain the right answer, other lines will contain wrong answer, correct? But I'll create the line because I can use it for training and testing, right? So V of, right, the kth particular, not k, sorry, ith particular, because I is the number of sentence. So for the ith sentence, put the jth word over there because j is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? The ith sentence will have 5 different possibilities, 5 different answers. I create 5 different sentence. V of, say, first, we the first sentence, first possible answer. First sentence, second possible, because j is incremented to 2. Then j is 3, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5. So you create so many number of lines. Okay, I comma j. I should add this what? Q2, right? This is the complete sentence now. Q1 is the part of the sentence before the underline. This is what you get at the position of underline followed by Q2. Okay, right? Now I will check one more condition, whether the word I used there, right, to fill up, is it right answer or not, right? You see, I created zeros over there, right? This is what I created to store whether the answer is correct or not. How do you identify that this is correct answer or not? Anyway, I have a complete set for answer, right? That is, A is there with me, right? A is there with me. A has the numbers in that, right? If I open A, you can see that A of 1, comma 1, A of 1, A of 2, comma 1, A of 3, comma 1, 4, comma 1, like that. A of some number is there, right? If at all, when I check, I need to make a check now. The check is like, see, there are 5 words, right? J will take only 5 words, 5 answers, 5 possible values. Either J can be 1, J can be 2, J can be 3, or so. Now you see, if this J, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, matches with your A of something, right? When I see A, if J is equal to 3, that means that's a correct answer, correct? If J equal to 1, first word is the correct answer. J equal to 4, the fourth word which you put over there is the right answer. Are you fine? Are you understanding that? Do you have any doubt? Let me know. Yes, sure. Right. So till here, fine, right? I created a sentence, right? For every sentence that is present in this my data, I am creating 5 sentences. How? What I do? I put crying into this position. Sorry, into this position. I get first line. Okay, I get the first copy. Then I put instantaneously over there. Second one, the residing. Third one, fourth one, and the fifth one. So 5 sentences are created for this. Now, out of these 5 sentences, which is correct? The third one is correct. Correct? How did you identify third one is correct? Third one is correct actually has been stored in the variable A because it's a equal to 3. Right. But this is not true for always, not true for every case because every time it changes. Right. So I need to use a logic that what I do, I hold a counter. The counter is J now. J is 1 means my first line I am creating with crying being replaced over here. Okay. So what I do, I compare this I value with my answer. Right? Not my answer, A. Sorry. I'll try to compare that with A. So when I put crying as an answer over there, I compare with whether J is equal to 3. No, J is 1 there. I create my second sentence by making J as 2 so that instantaneously goes over there. Second sentence you obtain. Is it the right answer? It's not right answer because A says the answer is 3, but J is now still 2. Increase J. J becomes 3. When J becomes 3, residing will be put into this location and you get your third answer, right? Sorry, not third answer, third line. You are getting your third possible uh, statement. Okay, but is it right? Yes, whatever word you put now is the correct answer. Are you understanding? So what I do, I will hold another counter over here, right? So what I do, I actually have created a variable called C to hold, right? Which answer is right? Okay. So now you see, now I'll write a statement. This becomes clear to you. Okay. So the statement that I'm going to write now is I'll make a comparison. If the J value, J is the index, right, of the words which you put over there. J is equal to A of, right? You see in A, I have, right now I'm looking at the first one only because I'm using the K for that. Okay. So, not K, sorry, I for that because I is the sentence, right? My mistake. A of I, comma 1. right? If this condition is satisfied, that means what? That is the right answer, correct? So how do you say right answer? Put a flag over there. Put C of K equals to, okay, else. Make the same thing, the C of K, which is the flag I'm using to say that this is not a right answer. I hope that is fine. Now I come out of, okay, I need to put an end here. So once I do the end, I can increment this, that is a K. K equal to K plus 1. So if loop is over, I need to end the for loop and I need to end the other for. Okay, let us just check whether our logic is right. All right, so I created K equal to 1, then I is equal to 1 to the number of sentences. For all the sentences, extract something before, okay, and extract something after. Sorry, it's not K, it should be I, because I is my this thing, okay. All right, S of I, U of I comma 1, S of I, U of I comma 2. All right, next, for J is equal to 1 to the size of the V, okay. So Z of K is equal to Q1 plus V of I comma J, okay. Then Q2. So if J is equal to A of I comma 1, right? E of K is equal to 1, also C of K is equal to 0, K is equal to K plus 1, and so on. Okay, let's see what we are going to get now. So let's run this one. Okay, now you see I got a C. Now you understand what we are doing. You see the first 5 lines what you see here, right, are corresponding to the first statement that is present in the my text data, right? Okay, that's a C. Also, I created a Z. I'll show you the Z now. So this becomes very clear now. So you see the what is the first sentence in the my text. So this is something like, right, I have it in from the same source, and you both are, sorry, you are both an orphan and a bachelor and are dash alone in London. So the same thing you can observe here, correct? The 5 sentences are same, but see the difference, right? Difference is that the answers, 5 different answers, whatever you had here, right? Crying, instantaneously, residing, matched, walking. So every time you have replaced that in one of the sentence. So first sentence with crying, second like this. Why I did this? Because I want to train the machine with all the 5 things, out of which 4 are wrong, only one is correct. Which one is correct? I use the C as my index. You see, third one says 1, right? Meaning that, okay, in among the 5 sentences, only the third one is correct. So, right, you got this, right? Again, right? You are, we need to do like this. Something like this is required because, right, we have to train and test. Because if I use simply like the given data in this format itself, I'm not able to train it, right? And I'm not able to say which is right, which is wrong. So I know that only one is correct when it comes to our interpretation, human interpretation, right? We can see and we can replace, but it is really hard to teach the machine that, okay, replace this position with this word. And you will say that, okay, when the first one comes, it is wrong. When the second one comes, it is wrong. When the third comes, it's right. Only the only way to teach that is doing like this. Okay, so we learn this is still the pre-processing. We are still processing the data. We have not come up to the actual algorithm which implements the deep learning concept. Okay, so although almost every project, 50% will be the time we spend always on the pre-processing part, because the given data will not be in the required format, especially when it comes to the text data. Right. So normally we deal with numbers, but anyway, later on in the next part, you will see that how to convert this into the numbers. Numerical conversion is also pretty important, right? Which we will be able to do in the upcoming sessions.